Hello, happy Wednesday. How is everyone tonight? If you are seeing me and there is the red live above my head, say hello, hello, please. And as always, if you would share my live, I would be ever so grateful. We'll give everyone a few minutes to hop on tonight. Just kind of get my thing set up so I can see my comments and talk back to y'all. Sorry I missed you last week, but, well, I know I was here last week. Never mind, it was the week before. No, last week I was missing you. I missed you. Don't know what day it is. Hey, Jera. How are you? So, we're going to kind of get started here in just a minute or so. Couple things, just little things. I posted quite a bit over the weekend from ChalkCon, and that is our annual convention. I posted some pictures of some new transfers. Also slipped in the new catalog. There's lots of things retiring the end of this month. So if there is stuff that you wanted, surfaces, stuff that you wanted transfers, there's even paste colors and ink colors retiring. Now is the time through the end of the month, through the 30th, is the best time to get those. They're going to start selling out really quickly because the releasing of a lot of the retired stuff, and a lot of people do try to grab up those things as the end of the season kind of thing comes about. So if there's any of those colors, you also need to kind of think ahead. If you're going to be wanting to chalk certain things, what colors are you going to want to use so that you don't have to worry about it last minute? Oh, I don't have orange, or oh, I don't have this color green, or oh, I don't have that. So if you're not in my VIP group, comment VIP. I will add you to send you the link to that. I'm going to be putting some bundles in there this week that are pre-sale bundles for the release. So you definitely want to make sure you're taking part of that if you saw some things in the catalog. Just if you want to be part of some of the stuff that I share in the VIP group, I keep saying I'm going to get a little more active on sharing in there, and I just need to get, not really better, I just need to do it a little more often. So it's just kind of hit or miss with me. So, well, if I could get, there we go. This was not showing up the way I wanted it to. So, we're actually going to ink a shirt tonight. Something I've kind of been thinking about for about a couple weeks, because I really have fallen in love with that America the Beautiful transfer. I think it's so versatile, and I love it, and I just think that now it belongs on a shirt before 4th of July, and then I hope to not use it for you guys for a little while. So I just kind of went through all of my transfers that I had that were 4th of July or Americana kind of things, and I've pulled a couple from last year, and I may incorporate them, but we'll see. I just kind of have them here next to me. I pulled out some other non-Americana that I have a transfer that's related to the stars, and I always think having those kind of things are always just fun in general. So I have out those things, and we're going to get started. I have a white shirt here in front of me, and I'm going to overlay me so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Let's transition it. Again, I always have my heat press out, and we're going to plug this in here and let it warm up while we ink. I have my shirt, and I have my super sticky ink mat, and I think I actually have 2 sizes, because I think I'm going to do something more, not just on the front, but I'm going to work it up, do it a little bit different this time. So we're going to set our heat press aside, let it get heated, let it do its job, and get heated up while we ink and dry and all those wonderful things before we can heat set it. Now I gotta find a place to frickin' plug anything in. Good grief. There is so much plugged in over here. going to heat that up to 300 degrees, and it'll beep at me when it's ready, but we're not going to be ready for it by the time it's ready for us. So let's take a look at what I have and what we're going to do. I don't know that I'm going to use that whole Americana, America the Beautiful. This is the America the Beautiful. It's gotten some use so far this year. I think I've made about 4 or 5 signs with it. So it's been used about 6 times, I think, total. So it's getting some love, and it's still pretty sticky. So it's going to be fine. It's been on wood. It's been on ceramics. It's been on lots of things. So it is definitely showing there's durability here. So just kind of remember those things. The other transfer that I have is our star cutouts, but I have another one here that this is an older transfer, and it is He Counts the Stars. I like this because I like all of the, you can see the glare, sorry. I like all of the stars that I have for this, and I've used them for different things, not just with this transfer. Again, I have my star cutouts. I'm contemplating using not necessarily the stars, but the USA established 1776. I have that. I may actually do a star and this over it. This is kind of what where I was going in my head, you know. Or I have a star and I could do the freedom. So those are kind of my options. We're going to just see how this goes and plays out. The other thing that I have is our Home of the Brave transfer, and this was from last year, and I use this a lot as well. I really love our America transfers. I just think they're amazing. So I thought about using Liberty over that. I thought about doing the flag down the side. So what do y'all think? I mean, who's all on me with me? Anybody thinking anything or feeling something? Because I really am just totally, I'm really just totally loving all of my ideas and want more shirts, apparently, because I think I need to have them all. So, but I was definitely thinking not putting the, see, there's our thing, not putting the America on the front, but putting something on the back, and doing something with like the star in the front. I think, you know, I'm kind of leaning that way, but I'm going to do the star in the front, maybe in the blue, so the blue and the white show through. Is that star too big? I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be okay. So we're going to put this on the inside. I think that's where we're going to go. So for those of you that are hopping on and off, I can see you guys on there. Just say hi, let me know you're here. Share my live. That would be great. I would appreciate it. This is the fun part, is just kind of getting it centered on your shirt here. And I'm going to kind of off-center it because I want this to go in my pocket. Make sure I'm going the right direction because I want it on that side. Pocket area, I guess I should say. All right. And then just making sure that I have it flattened out and kind of where it needs to be. I think I actually want to come over just a little bit more. Thank you, Jera. Thank you for sharing. Just getting this flattened out a little bit. All right. Okay. So I think I either go with the red stripes with the white stripes here, or I go with blue, but I think I'm going to go with, that's a hard one. Because I have since 1776 smaller, and I think maybe we're going to do this one. I think we're going to do the stars. I keep leaning back and forth towards it, And I think this is what we're going to do. And I'm just going to not really even fuzz that because I've used these so much that they are a-okay. And I just want to bring it up kind of where my star is, just under that V and over enough. Because if I have it here like on my shirt, I would want it up this way. So you got to kind of see how you would, you got to imagine how you'd want it, you know? And then just press it down, make sure all your bubbles are out, and we're going to look at it, just make sure that it's pretty even, and that looks great. Now, I put it away. I'm like, didn't I just have the Cadet Blue out? I have Cadet Blue, and that's what we're going to use for our star. And because we're going to layer this, we're going to like use the heat gun and we're going to dry it, and then we'll put the other one on top. We won't heat press it until at the very end. Just make sure you get in all of your crevices here and that your fabric is completely saturated. Not oversaturated, because if not, you'll get a bleed, but just saturated. As you're doing it, you'll be able to see. And then just make sure you take all your excess off, because you don't want to leave all that product there on your transfer. I didn't get my tray out. What was wrong with me? All right. So we have the star inked here. We're going to pull this up. How cute is that? We're going to put that off to the side so we can dry this. I have my heat gun right here. Make sure yep, he's still plugged in. But I unplugged so much stuff over there. This will take just a few minutes to dry. So it is literally watching paint dry, but bear with me. Okay, now I'm going to kind of pull this up a little bit. I don't have it fully dry, but I want to take out my pad here because I'm going to go to the smaller one, and that's okay. I just have it kind of mostly dried off so that it's not going to run or anything, okay? I don't want to bubble my heat pad or my ink pad. So that's why I've taken it out. Okay, so that's mostly dry, and we're good where it is. Now if you remember, that ink pad was a lot bigger, and I did cut it down a little bit. I'm going to put this back in here, and I'm going to put this under the star, because I think as I'm sitting here, I'm going, do I go over the star? Do I go under the star? And I think I want to do that freedom. I'm going to do that in red. And I think I'm going to do that over the star. Where did I put that? Oh. I want to lay this out here. I don't know if those letters are too, those numbers, or those words are too big or not. Actually, I think I'm just going to put freedom here. I'm going to use this since 1776 on the back. So, we got some more work to do on the back. So again, we're just going to make sure we're covering underneath where our star is, that we're going to chalk the word freedom. All right. If I can pull this up, would be even better. All right. So now I'm going to put the freedom like here. Okay. And we're going to do that in the candy apple. So we're going to have our red ink. We're going to do that over there. And this is kind of marbleized, the lettering is. So that, I think that'll turn out and look really, really good. Again, just make sure that you, and I'm putting all of my squeegees on the other side because I don't want to risk getting it on a white shirt. Oh yeah, that's gonna look awesome. Super excited. We're gonna dry this just a little bit. Just so we can get that pad out so it doesn't bleed through. If you're hopping on, let me know you're here. Say hi. That star is completely dry. Now I'm just working on the freedom. Okay, so that's pretty well dry. All right, so make sure I don't want to flip it over and mess with it if it's not completely dry. So we're gonna do the back. Okay, and again, I'm gonna use my smaller one. I'm gonna put this right here. And you know what? No, let's see. Let's go back for a second. We're going to do this as a back piece. That's what we're going to do. So let me get my big one out. I grab the big one again. I put it over here. And put this to the back. You know, I look at things and I'm like, how do I want this to look? How do I want to wear this? And that's kind of where I am with stuff. Now I need to make sure that I get this kind of more in the middle, not so much in the top as I did in the other one. Okay. Let's flatten this out. Just make sure you have all of your bubbles out of it so that it lays flat. And then you want to make sure it's centered, which I look pretty centered there. And I don't know that I'm going to put this Let Freedom ring. I just want to have the America the Beautiful, established 1776. I'm going to put that part on the back. Like I said, this transfer has seriously gotten some use. I love that. I love that, look, it's still sticky to each other. Make sure I'm centered. So my board comes like from here to here. So I'm good. Everything's in from there to there. So everything's good. All right. So let's see here. I have my red and my blue again. And let's incorporate some silver stars. I don't have any gold ink, shimmer ink, but I could have used yellow. But let's go ahead and just incorporate some silver stars. Into the red, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna try not to get all over the place. I'm gonna do the America in red. And you know, I shared all those, I shared quite a few things about ChalkCon, but I talked about this last year. I was such an awe last year as my first year as a designer, and watching that online, and I watched it again virtually, and they were live and in person, and just the camaraderie and support of all of the other designers. And you know, we're all on these teams, so you know, my uplines are not necessarily Joe Schmo's down the road's uplines, but you know, everybody is super supportive, and you take something from all of the uplines, their design, their talent, their creativity, and you change it and use it for your own. I am not the most creative person. You know, I use these transfers. I'm skilled at using these transfers, but it was a lot of practice, and I still make mistakes. I still make a mess. You guys come every week to watch me make a mess. But some of these designers are so amazingly talented with what they do and how they do it, and I'm just such in awe all the time with that. I don't know why I just put that red away, because I was going to do the blend like I've been doing. I should have done blue on top, but oh well, it's this way now. I was talking and not thinking. That's all right. It happens. I laid my red on my silver, so I don't want to mess that up. So we're gonna just dip into with a new squeegee. And I'm using my squeegee to blend the blue and the red together. So hopefully, I grab another one because I just want red on it. It'll look blended, more blended than I had. Okay. So we're going to pull this off. There we go. I'll lay this on the backing over here. Yes, yes, I know. I know. It's telling me. It's telling me. Gonna just kind of lightly dry this until I can get that backing out again. Alright, I do see one little thing that I want to try to fix. I'm going to grab a half squeegee. I'm going to lay this back down here gently. And my I and my F under the beautiful did not finish at the top, so I want to just add a little bit more. Just to make it look right. And that U. Okay. Now we should be good. Oh, much better. Much better. Okay. Come back and hit that really quickly with heat gun. Pull these out of my way so I don't get them all over the place. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sticky ink mat out from under here. Getting all over the place here. And we're going to finish drying this off. What do you guys think so far? Okay. Well, now I'm like, do I add a little more? Do I go a little further? Do I add something on the side? I think a little mark there. I think I'm good. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. So what we do is I need a towel. Give me 30 seconds to grab a towel out of the laundry. Can you grab me a towel, please? What? Can you go grab me a towel? Of course, for months I leave a towel where we usually iron things, and it's not there. Isn't that how that goes? No, I didn't see it. Thank you.
It was behind the basket.
Oh, okay, appreciate it. All right, so put my towel down. I'm going to do the star first. Make sure it's dry, and it is. Now you want to put a piece of parchment paper over where you're going to press, okay? So I'm going to take my heat press. It's all hot. We're going to put it on top. We're going to hit the little cricket thing. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. You don't have to really put a whole lot of pressure. Okay. So now, whoops. I'll put that back on here for a minute. Okay. So now I'm going to do the back. Okay. So I've got 2 pieces of parchment here, so I can cover the entire thing. I may have to do this in 2 presses, so that's all right. I'm gonna kind of make sure there's crossover. You want your heat press to be completely have parchment paper underneath just to protect your fabric. We're not even 45 minutes in and I've created a whole shirt. So, you know, you're like, you got that event, you're like, oh, I want to wear a custom shirt. Because people do that. I do that. I know a lot of my friends do that. Because we're that way. We're bougie that way. So, this way, I have a custom shirt. Like, oh, I got an hour. I can do this. Because who doesn't have like 20 just blank shirts laying around? When you have a daughter that has a shirt company, does designs, and you do shirts like this, you just have them around. But okay, we're gonna pull this down. Hey guys, did I tell you? I don't even know if I've told you. I am on YouTube now. So, I think I have told you maybe. I'm uploading all of my lives to YouTube, and eventually I will go live on YouTube as well as I go live on Facebook, but I'm not there yet. So I need just a little bit more stuff to do to get that facilitated. But if you know somebody who is not on Facebook, and that is becoming more and more popular, they can watch my lives on YouTube and still catch all of the crafty goodness that is making memories with Mindy. And so you can share that with them. So we're not quite done yet. We've got to do the, make sure it's not sticking together here. We've got to do the inside. So we've got to flip it inside out. And we're going to do that front star again. And this is just a final set. So once this is done, it can be washed and it's permanent. It is not going anywhere. And I could, if I decide, you know, I'm still indecisive about putting something else on the front, down maybe the bottom. I can come back and put it on there later and add to it. It's not going to hurt anything. Just lost the rest of my other parchment paper. It's flying off my desk. That's alright. Guess we're on one at a time. I had like fireworks and some rockets that were from the older car, vintage car transfers that were add-ons, and I kind of put those aside thinking maybe, but I'm kind of liking the simplicity of how this turned out. I don't know that I want to add any more. One more press and we're good. Alright, guys. Ooh, it's a bit toasty in the middle. Alright, so we have our freedom on the front. And then we have our America the Beautiful on the back. And I have a great 4th of July shirt that I made myself. So, I hope you guys are fabulous and have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you next week.